All right, so now, of course, there is the education report that has been released, and I just want to take a look at the highlights. The first one is that there is a recommendation to adopt the 26333 education structure, that is for the competency-based curriculum. The next thing is that there are different names for the levels of study, but also the sort of subjects that will be offered. For the pre-primary education, that will be PP1 and PP2. They will have 5 subjects. Lower primary is grade 1 to 3, 7 subjects. Upper primary, grade 4 and 6, that will be 8 subjects. The next one is what you may have known for now as junior secondary school. It will be junior school, that will be grade 7 to 9. There will be 9 subjects. The senior school, which you may have known as senior secondary school, will now be grade 10 to 12. And there will be 7 subjects at a maximum. For university education, there will be at least 3 years of study upon graduating from the senior school. Then there will be comprehensive schools. These are the institutions that we have the following. That is pre-primary education for grade 1, for PP1 up to PP2. There will be the primary, which is lower and upper. They'll be part of the comprehensive school. And then the junior school, which is up to grade 9, will also be part of the comprehensive school under one head of institution. The next thing is that in terms of assessment, this is where learners will be assessed. The grade 6, there will be a cumulative score, which will be based on the scores or the assessment from grade 4 up to 6. So whatever they will have been assessed will be part of the wholesome assessment for grade 6. And the essence will be to monitor the learning and, of course, the feedback to stakeholders. For the grade 9, which is junior school, the assessment will be in this format. 20% will come from the Kenya Primary Schools Education Assessment. 20% will be school-based for grades 7 and 8. And then there will be a summative evaluation at 60%. They haven't given what format it will take, but that should appear like a national assessment. Then for grade 12, which is senior secondary school, that is ready to get the learners transition into the next level of universities or TVET, 70% will be a summative assessment. That could be a national assessment. 30% will be school-based assessment, a combination of school-based assessment, community service learning, and assessment of values and competencies that you make up that 30%. And that is just about what is about to happen if that report is adopted and implemented by the government. In the meantime, pupils and students in the CBC education chain will now have less workload following the recommendations of the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. The report has slashed the subjects taught in the junior school from 14 to 9, alongside the dropping of the named secondary from junior and senior levels of education for the basic level of education. The changes also introduce mandatory community service for students transitioning from senior school to universities and TVET institutions, and as they graduate from the tertiary institutions. Brenda Wanga reports.
The implementation of the CBC system of education into the country, and especially the maiden transition into junior secondary, has been fraught with a myriad of challenges.
Isn't it? Yes. And we have said,
from few and ill-prepared teachers to limited learning material and inadequate infrastructure, schools have struggled to implement learning at this level.
We are 2 teachers teaching 14 subjects, so it's a lot of lessons. So we'd appreciate if the government hired more teachers.
The Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms, which released its report Tuesday afternoon, is making far-reaching recommendations that seek to solve these challenges. The workload for both teachers and learners will now be lessened under the new structure of education, with subjects reduced at the primary school and junior school levels. Lower primary pupils will have 7 subjects from the current 9. Those in upper primary have their subjects reduced from 12 to 18, while those in junior school will now undertake learning in 9 subjects, down from the current 14. Those in senior schools will be examined on a total of 7 subjects, mathematics and 1 of either English and Kiswahili being compulsory.
We needed to sort out the pupil-teacher ratio, student-teacher ratio. We needed to sort out our TVETs. We needed to sort out the debts that were destroying our universities. I am very happy that we now have a credible plan on how we are going to deal with this.
Today we have
The NEP secondary school has been dropped from junior and senior schools, with students transitioning from junior schools to senior schools that will no longer be categorized as present. The schools, now known as national, extra-county, county, and sub-county, will be known as career pathway schools. There will be 3 pathways: science, technology, engineering and mathematics or STEM, social sciences, and arts and sports science. The report proposes that STEM pathways be offered in 60% of the schools. The Ministry of Education has also been tasked with ensuring that sub-county senior schools are well-resourced and supported to offer the 3 pathways. Before joining an institution of higher learning, senior school students will undertake a 3-month mandatory community service program with a further 9-month one once they graduate from tertiary institutions. A certificate of compliance issued after this will be required of them before they join the job market. The working group's recommendations will ease the financial burden by limiting to 2 textbooks per subject the number of books to be bought, as well as tasking the Kenya National Examination Council to facilitate the printing of the assessment material, a cost that has been passed on to parents and teachers.
I want to commit to you that I will lead the team that will make sure that the recommendations are implemented.
The reforms will also see the quality assurance in the education sector moved from the Teacher Service Commission, where it is currently domiciled, to the Ministry of Education, which is also tasked with ensuring the retooling of teachers to be CBC compliant. All graduate teachers will be required to undergo a mandatory 1-year retooling program, while the admission of teachers into the profession will be premised upon them completing a mandatory 1-year internship program. Brenda Wanga, Citizen.